Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. I hope y'all are doing great today. My name is Sophie, and I am your tarot reader for today. I can answer any questions that you have, with the exception of medical and or legal questions. And I am using the Black Cat's Tarot deck today. Very, very adorable, cute card. And if y'all know me, y'all know I love my kitty cats, and I have two little black kitty cats myself. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. And all of my donation information can be found at the top of the chat there. I have it pinned at the top of the chat. I do accept SuperChat donations as well, but those are slightly higher. SuperChat's really there more for your convenience. And I forgot to get my juice before I got started. That was rather silly of me. But yeah, if you are new here, welcome to Starry Tarot, and thank you so much for your subscription. Sorry, I'll get that. Thank you so much for being here, all y'all. I also offer past life regression readings. I have been studying past life regression and past life studies for many, many years, and I have developed a form of past life regression utilizing tarot and my connection with spirit. If that is something that you are interested in, all of that information can be found right there in the chat as well. I also offer soulmate confirmation readings. Hi, Lorraine. How are you doing today, love? Actually, I'm gonna be right back. I need to go grab my juice because I'm very, very thirsty. One second. We are back. This is Lorraine. Honestly, just hanging in. To be honest, it's been rough, but trying to breathe. How are you doing today? Yeah, no, things are all right, Lorraine. it could be better. There's definitely been some not super great things. I mean, yeah, nothing bad has gone on in my life. It's just been like, work and just like, basic day-to-day things. Oh, check it out. So I went to Sephora. I went to Sephora. I went to Ulta. I've been looking for these little eyeliner stamps for a long time, and I couldn't find them like anywhere. And then of course I find them on Amazon. I got a 6-pack for like $6, like little black eyeliner pens with stamps, like double-sided. So each one has like an eyeliner, and each one has a stamp on the other end. There's like a heart, a star, a flower, a little triangle, a moon. But anyway, so I tried it today, and I'm afraid I look like a member of Kiss or something. But I have 3 little stars on this eye, and then a little single heart on this cheek. And I like it, but next time I put it on, I'm gonna go easy on the stamps and not use as many. I think I'll probably just use like one little. Actually, I kind of want that to be like a little thing of mine, like just a single red or single black heart on my cheek, or a single star. I like them. I think they're hecka cute, but the problem is that, well, it's not a problem. It's actually good. They stay on for a really, really long time. The ink stays on. Because I tried practicing on my hands first, and yeah, it's like almost impossible to take off. So once you put it on, like, if you're not happy with it, it's kind of like, kind of gotta roll with it. So I was like, oh, less is more, less is more. What do I do? What do I do? But I'm really happy with them. I wanted them. I wanted these for so long. I don't know why I didn't search for them. I feel like there is a cat hair on my face when there isn't one. And that's a really irritating feeling. Well, I know that Sephora carried. I knew there were a couple of brands that made little star eyeliner markers and little heart ones. But they didn't have any in store when I went. They didn't have anything remotely like this, but yeah, it's just like cheap like eyeliner, but it's like pretty decent formula, I must say, because it stays on so long. I have to start practicing my liquid eyeliner skills again, because I used to be really good at applying liquid eyeliner, because it just takes a lot of practice, really daily practice of applying it. But sometimes I get shaky hands, and that does not help the situation very much at all. Oh, that's it. I also offer private readings, one-on-one private readings. Well, I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them, of course, like I mentioned, one-on-one, by appointment. That's over Zoom or phone. Zoom's always better because then you can see the cards and see me at the same time and hear me and everything. It's basically like this setup, but just one-on-one. And I also offer readings for more like reasons of discretion on over Instagram, over private DMs, voice memos over DMs, or I can always type out your reading over email. And as I mentioned earlier, I answer questions of all types. I do answer a lot of questions regarding romance and relationships. And yeah, the OG love reading doesn't necessarily have to be about an amorous, romantic relationship. It can be about a friend or a coworker or a family member or even an animal. Although animals don't really have too many intentions, but I have done thoughts, feelings, and intentions readings for the animals. My hands got really, really cold all of a sudden. But yeah, and that does not, the OG love reading or the TFI reading does not cost. It's not an additional donation. There's no additional donation amount. It's simply a suggestion or a type of reading. I often have clients come and ask, what is so and so's feelings towards me, or how does so and so think about me, and I often suggest that reading just because it covers more than one base. There covers three. So yes, yes, yes. So I think that's all in regards to my spiel. As I mentioned, all my donation information is at the top of the chat and throughout the chat. If you do want to use SuperChat is available, and my SuperChat donation amounts are there. Yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am, of course, here for you. Yeah. Yes, the Little Black Cat tarot deck today is what we are using. Hi, Isha. Welcome, girl. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right today. Thank you for asking. It's been a pretty chill day. Just got some work done and whatnot. Been a little chilly today, I will say. It's been kind of cold. Also, if you are watching this live stream, please be a buddy and then click the like button. It really helps me out. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Isha. Yes, I just received that. Thank you so much. Did you want a 10-card reading or did you have 2 questions left? You got it. You got it, hun. Please go ahead and post your question. Thank you. And thank you for your donation, Phyllis. Phyllis, okay, so you donated for 2 questions, Phyllis. And that's 3 questions. So if you wanted 3 questions, it would be it would be an additional $8.08. Or we can just answer one of the 2. And Isha would like to see what comes up about what specifically Lauren likes about me, like what makes her attracted to me, because I don't really understand it. Okay. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Lauren specifically like about Isha? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Lauren specifically like about Isha? Thank you so much, Phyllis. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Lauren specifically like about Isha? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Lauren specifically like about Isha? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Lauren specifically like about Isha? Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Lauren specifically like about Isha? Masters and Spirit Guides, what does Lauren specifically like about Isha? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is it that Lauren specifically likes about Isha? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is it that Lauren specifically likes about Isha? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is it that Lauren specifically likes about Isha? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is it that Lauren specifically likes about Isha? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is it that Lauren specifically likes about Isha? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is it about Lauren, or what is it about Isha that Lauren specifically likes? Masters and Spirit Guides, what is it about Lauren, or about Isha, sorry, that Lauren specifically likes? The Lovers reversed. The Moon reversed. The Hanged Man. 7 of Wands reversed. 9 of Cups. Queen of Cups reversed. King of Cups. Knight of Wands reversed. 8 of Wands reversed. And Judgment reversed. Okay. So it's kind of what I had thought, because you said, you mentioned that you wanted to know specifically what it is about you that she likes, and you said that it was because you don't really understand it. And when you said you didn't really understand it, my first thought was, well, perhaps she doesn't really understand why, because you guys, the 2 of you, don't really know each other super well. I mean, I know you guys are co-workers, you work together, and you do chat, and you do, talk and converse and whatnot, but it's the unknown. It's that which is unknown that it's the discovery. It's what she continues to discover about you. And you even look at the cards, the art here with this Queen of Cups reversed, this Moon reversed. It's like that which is unknown. It's the discovery. That's a big part of it. getting to know you, getting to know someone new, someone different. With this Lover's Reverse card, you mentioned that she's in, I think we've established that she's in a relationship right now, and the energy between the two of them is not good. I've never picked up anything good between the two of them. It feels stagnant. Yeah, I mean, there's so much tension at times that it's so weird and awkward, at least to me. I just feel like running away sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, she definitely, yeah, King of Cups with the moon reversed. She definitely is interested in you. That I can't deny. And I think it's, you feel that energy as well. To the point where, yeah, you're saying it sometimes makes you feel uncomfortable and awkward. Um, yeah, the Hangman, Knight of Wands reversed. I think I'm not saying that you are rebound for her, but I've picked up on this energy with her in the past, that there is something really stagnant going on in her love life. Something that is clearly coming to an end if it hasn't, like, I don't mean officially, I don't think it's officially come to an end, but I think the relationship's run its course, and it's painful for her, and like getting to know you and learning and discovering about you is like a nice diversion. I hate to put it that way, but it's a change of scenery. The Hangman, this Knight of Wands reverse, the change of scenery from the battles that she's currently dealing with once she clocks out. Hopefully she doesn't pick up on the awkwardness or tension, because I don't think she knows that I like her. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Um, Yeah, seven of there's a lot of reverse wands here. There's battles that she's going through. Seven of Wands reverse, Eight of Wands reverse. There's bad communication between her and this person. Things have run their course, and it's painful. And like I said, I'm not saying that you're rebound, but you are. I do believe like you're like the object of her affections at this time. She's getting to know you and discovering more about you. Um, and she likes what she sees, like just like plain and simple. She likes what she's gotten to know of you, and she thinks you're beautiful, and she likes what she sees with this Nine of Cups here. Um, Sorry, one second. What is going on here? And then with this Judgment reversed, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of tensions in her life, and I feel like spending time with you, working with you, getting to know you, discovering about you, thinking about you, because she thinks about you when she's off work too. Um, it's it's enjoyable for her, but I I also, I don't know, I get the, I think you mentioned like she like was staring at your chest once. Like, I don't know, I feel like she has an idea that you're interested in her. I think that she's pretty, while I don't think she's the most emotionally mature person, I do think that she can pick up on energies pretty well like that. I would never know that, because she seems like she has it all in life, but I know she struggles financially. Well, I think I mean, I don't know how old she is, but I think that's a big part of today's culture, is people put on this face of, I'm doing great, I'm happy, I'm content, I'm killing it, I'm crushing it, my life's great, but, behind closed doors, behind carefully curated closed doors, everyone goes through their struggles, everyone goes through the struggles of life. And yeah, it's just, again, I don't know how old she is, but I think, if she's putting that kind of like everything's going hunky dory in my life attitude, that's certainly not what I'm seeing. I've never felt that from her. I've never felt like everything was hunky dory when she got home. I think one of like the most hunky dory, like solid, stable parts of her life is her work. Yeah, maybe she does know that I like her, because before I knew she had a girlfriend, I was smiling so hard at her and flirting, and she was doing the same, so I assumed she was single. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean, is like, you assume she was single because you would never have assumed that she was in a relationship, because people tend to not act like that when they're in a relationship. Um, but Yeah, she's got a lot going on. She's got a, like, I don't want to say a messy life, but a little bit. Um, and I do believe that she puts on a big facade there of everything's a-okay. You know, it's not. After I found out, I distanced myself and still try to, but she makes it hard because she constantly tries to be close. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's tough. And yeah, that's difficult. You're very welcome, Isha. You're very, very welcome, love. Thank you. I'm glad to have brought you some clarity there. Yeah, it's a tough situation. Much love to you, girl. Much love and light to you. Phyllis! Phyllis, thank you for your donation, Phyllis. Hi, Phyllis. All right, so your first question is, what does Spirit want me to know about Aaron? Okay. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what should Phyllis know about Aaron? Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides, what do you want Phyllis to know about Aaron? We have Five of Cups, Seven of Wands reversed, Four of Swords, Six of Swords, and Six of Cups reversed. Okay, so you only know him online, right? You don't know him, like, in real life, right? Because, okay, now this is giving me kind of similar energy. I don't know if you were listening to the last reading I just gave, but I don't know if you heard me talking about carefully curated lives, how people curate lives on social media. You know, everything's happy and hunky-dory, and especially if he's a reporter and he has a public persona, he's not going to be broadcasting the difficulties and the trials and tribulations in his life, you know. But he's going through quite a bit. I don't know if he went through a divorce but there's something about children and family here and loss. With this Five of Cups, regret, feelings of regret, loss, sadness, a feeling of lack, trying to move on from something extremely painful and challenging with this Six of Swords. Six of Cups reversed. This makes me feel that there is something that he has children, possibly, or stepchildren, something about children in his life, and either a difficult relationship with them or like a strained connection. Could be adult children who have moved on. He lost a relative a while back. Okay. Now this feels more recent. I don't know how long you mean by a while back, but this feels like very, like, recent current energy. Um, it's with this Four of Swords right here in the center. This is something that like, I don't want to say recently started affecting him. I feel like this has been going on for about maybe 6 months or so, possibly, or a year. I don't know what you mean by a while back losing a relative. I don't think that's this here. But he feels very challenged right now. He faces a lot of challenges at this time. The Seven of Wands reversed, and it's unrelated to his job. I feel that it has to do with family, definitely with his personal life. I don't feel like it has to do with finances at all. It's definitely something of an emotional nature. 6 of Cups. Like a loss and a strained communication, or an inability to communicate with one that or possibly multiple individuals that he was able to communicate with for a time. This could be like maybe nephews or nieces or something even. Could be a strained relationship with a sibling even. But I definitely, it feels very much of a familial nature. Doesn't feel like his job or anything like that. Sorry, give me one moment, please. He has a brother and older brother. Okay. Yeah, it could possibly be a strained relationship with his sibling. It could be an interpersonal connection. I'm not quite sure, but this is what spirit. The message I'm getting that spirit wants me to impart to you is that there are challenges that he is facing, very real struggles and challenges that he is facing on a daily basis. Seven of Wands reversed, that he does not talk about online. This is something that Spirit's aware of, that he's aware of, that Spirit wants you to be aware of, that he's never going to broadcast this. It's not something he's going to share, or can share, because, as a public person, it's, one social media, he may even have a social media, manager curating a lot of his social media. I know that, like, public figures, that is a thing, because it's his work as well, and it's I don't know how many followers he has. I'm sure he has quite a few, but it's also his job too. It's less of his personal life. The social media becomes less of your personal life and more of a job when one is a public figure like that. So that's like the main message I'm getting here from Spirit is that there are definitely, and I guess that could be said for a lot of people, like whatever you're seeing on social media, there are like struggles that they're going through that they're not announcing, that other people aren't privy to, that they wouldn't make them privy to. But in this situation, I feel like it's a little heavier, like, in the sense that if he wasn't a public figure, his social media would be more of a combination of his personal life and his work life. But because of the job that he has, the role that he has, it's more of a business account, a business, like, a marketing tool there. Well, and hi, Vanessa. How are you doing, love? Long time no see. And then you would also like to know why you have not yet received, or gotten a pharmacy job. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, why has Phyllis not gotten a pharmacy job yet? Phyllis, why am I blanking on your astrological sign? Are you an Aries? Or a Sagittarius? I don't know why I'm blanking on. I'm sorry. We have Seven of Swords reversed. Queen of Cups. King of Pentacles. Two of Wands. And Three of Pentacles. Okay. You're Virgo. Okay. You should be getting, you should be getting a pharmacy job soon, Phyllis. The market right now, the job market right now is insane. I'm not trying to just default to the fact that the job market right now is just insanely competitive and very difficult. I think I even told you, when I got that job. Thank you for your donation, Vanessa. When I recently got that job last week with the psychic website, but when I initially thought they didn't want me, I applied to a few other different sites, and I didn't get accepted, which was crazy to me because I see that I'm, absolutely qualified. And what I'm seeing here, though, Phyllis, is, the difficulties are going to be coming to an end soon with this Seven of Swords reversed. And I definitely see your cup being filled very soon with a pharmacy tech job. This Queen of Cups and King of Pentacles right here in the center. This looks really, really good, Phyllis. This looks really promising. It's nothing, the reason why you haven't gotten a pharmacy tech job, Phyllis, has nothing to do with anything that you've done, okay? Spirit would tell me if they felt that you hadn't been applying enough, if they felt that you weren't on the right track, if they felt that you weren't doing enough, weren't putting in the work necessary, or weren't qualified, or whatever the case may be, they would tell me, and it would be a difficult message for me to tell you, but I would tell you. And that's the good news, is you're 100% on the right track. You're doing all the right stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. Continue doing what you're doing, and you are going to find paid, solid, steady work. This Three of Pentacles here, King of Pentacles right here in the center. And what's more, with this Two of Wands, I feel like over the next few months, you may even find yourself choosing between two different places that accept you, and possibly trying to balance two farm tech jobs. But be careful with that. I am getting a message of being careful. Like, if they're both full-time farm tech jobs, don't overload yourself, because you do want to you want to make sure that you're still doing your best and you're not going to, be burnt out. But it could be a case of two part-time farm tech jobs, or it could be, but Two of Wands is a matter of making a decision, having a choice. So I feel like there's going to be not just one, but more than one, really solid opportunity for you coming up soon. So keep on doing what you're doing, Phyllis. Don't stop doing what you're doing. It is going to pay off very much. So there's no reason why you haven't gotten a job that's of your own, that has anything to do with you. You're doing all the right things. It's just, this job market is insane right now, and you just got to stay vigilant and keep on keeping on and know that it's not you. That's the great news is it's not you at all. Okay. And let's go ahead and add Miss Vanessa. Okay. And then your third question, Phyllis, is Aaron's reporter job stable? Okay. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's reporter job stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's reporter job stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's reporter job stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's reporter job stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's reporter job stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's reporter job stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's reporter job stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's job as a reporter stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's job as a reporter stable? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, is Aaron's job as a reporter stable? Queen of Wands reversed. The Star, wait. Sorry. The World reversed. Three of Cups. The Star, that is the Star. And King of Swords reversed. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, Queen of Swords reversed and King of Wands reversed. Okay, is his reporter job stable? Yes, it is. It is stable. And it's a good position too. I don't know how long he's had it for, but it's definitely a very ideal position for him. Something that he always, it's definitely something, the kind of job he'd always looked and worked towards when he was younger. Like, I don't know how old he is now, but it's something he's definitely like worked towards. It can be, it takes up almost all of his time. It takes up a lot of his time and a lot of his energy with this King of Wands reversed. And he does at times feel a little resentful about that with this Queen of Swords reversed. While he's super grateful for this job and the position that he has, he also is overworked at times. He's very overworked. He works a lot. And like I mentioned earlier, not only is it that he works a lot, but it's also a public persona that he has. He's a public personality, and I mentioned that because he's a public personality, his social media is therefore his work. There's very little separation of work and personal life. It's pretty consuming. It's very consuming. I think I mentioned earlier too that he may even have a social media manager. I would not be surprised if a lot of what is posted is his words, but it's like curated by someone, like, okay, we've got to do like 3 posts this week. We've got to do like this, like someone like putting him on a schedule of like posting regularly. So there's very little separation there between his work life and his personal life. It's very all consuming. However, with that being said, it is a very social job too. There's a lot of shoulder rubbing and stuff, like, a little bit of ass kissing for sure that has to be done as a journalist, as a reporter, in that you know, in the news and media world, I wanted to get into that when I was younger. I wanted to go to journalism school, and yeah, yeah, I was the editor of my newspaper for a while. Anyway, there's a lot, and that's why I didn't get into it further, because that's just not me. But that is a big part of it. But he gets invited to like a lot of cool stuff, like a ton of cool events and stuff with this Three of Cups. He has a very he does manage to have a semblance of a social life, because there are so many social events within his work, and they are enjoyable. But yeah, that separation is very, very difficult with this World Reversed card. But it provides. It definitely provides. It pays well. It pays well. With the Star card here, it pays very, very well. It's able to fortify his life and his future, and yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky one there. It's stable. It's definitely stable. It's a very it's definitely a position that a lot of people would covet, you know. It's not easy to become a reporter and to establish oneself in that industry and get their foot in the door, and really make a name for themselves. So he's really worked really, really hard, and continues to work really, really hard. So yeah, no, it's definitely a stable job there. So yeah, that is what I am seeing for you, Miss Phyllis. Thank you very much, love. Have you been to over to the cafe yet at all? Miss Vanessa, yes, yesterday and today. Okay, and you haven't seen him yet? I'm assuming you haven't seen him yet. Um, Yesterday and today. Today's Wednesday. I think Wednesday was the day he wasn't there. I think it was like Monday and Tuesday, or I think it was Monday and like Friday were really good days. I don't entirely remember. I would listen to it again, but yeah, that's cool. All right, Miss Vanessa. Vanessa, are you there, love? There she is. What is at okay, how do I pronounce this? Adaki? Can you phonetically type his name for me? Current emotional thoughts about me, Vanessa. He's a Virgo and I'm a Libra. And Vanessa, did you want me to do the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread? Add a keys? Add a keys? Is that correct? Add a keys? You want to do thoughts, feelings, and intentions? Add a kes. Okay, honey. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Atticus's thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Atticus's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards Vanessa? Okay, we have Queen of Wands. What's that? Nine of Cups. Sorry, give me one. Can you give me just 1 second? I'm so sorry. Give me one. Wait, sorry, 1 second. So sorry about that. I need to just double check. This deck, I can't tell the difference. Now I know for certain this is actually King of Wands. Okay, it is King of Wands. King of Wands. Nine of Cups. The Hanged Man reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. And Three of Wands. Okay. All right. So your general energies, you are the King of Wands, is your general energies towards him. I do sense that you are very, you definitely hold a torch for this fellow. You see potential between the two of you. Yeah, you see a lot of potential here. And yeah, you definitely hold a torch for him. He holds a torch for you as well. But I gotta ask you, hun, do you feel like, how long have you guys been talking for? Because I'm getting a message of someone, possibly him, kind of dragging his feet, taking his time. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, you know. I always say slow and steady wins the race. No need to rush things. But things can become problematic when people drag their feet. So that's why I'm just curious how long this has been going on for. He may be really biding his time here. It's an ex-partner and you're not talking right now. Okay. So if you're not talking right now and there's something about biding time and waiting, I was just wondering what's the energy. Okay. Well, if that's the case and if there's this energy of waiting, I think that he's waiting to, he's definitely still thinking about you. Definitely still thinks about you. I still stand by what I said. I still think he drags. That's his tendency. Yeah. And that's what I'm thinking is, like, I stand by what I said. I still say that he holds a torch for you. I do. Three of Wands for sure. But if we're going to be talking about, dragging one's feet and waiting, he may very well be his intentions. We have the Seven of Cups reversed here, which is also in a very similar vein when it comes to romance. Seven of Cups reversed with his intentions is avoiding making romantic decisions. And I feel like he wants to communicate with you. I do. I feel like he would like to talk to you again. He is feeling stuck right now. Yeah, we both good and think highly of each other regardless. Yeah, he really does. He really does think highly of you. He is in kind of a stuck place right now with this hangman. I'm sorry I'm reading this all over the place, but it's just like things are kind of jumping at me. And he is kind of stuck. He's in a stuck kind of place right now, and that could be part of what's holding him back from reaching out to you. Because I do feel like that is an intention of his. We got all these cups here in wands, desire and emotions. Nine of Cups is also a communication card. But it's a card of, yeah, also of what you just said, how you both still think thoughts, think very highly of one another. He still thinks very highly of you, still very much values you. And I don't know, like, I don't know how long it's been since you guys broke up, but I kind of get the sense that he doesn't feel like it's completely over. Like, I think he feels like there might be a chance of things, another chance between the two of you. And I don't often say that. I don't often get to say that. I don't, I'll be honest, I don't often see that energy too much. I see it a lot with women, but I don't see it too much with dudes. A lot of dudes don't tend to go, well, that's not true. But in this case, I'm definitely getting that energy that that's what he's dragging his feet regarding, is like rekindling. Feels like he wants to rekindle. Yeah, and I had been like, let me break that for been awkward since we stopped talking. So I texted him yesterday. He hasn't responded so far. Okay. Yeah, I believe he intends on responding to you, but and that goes back to what we were saying with the whole dragging his feet, you know, like taking his time. It always felt like that for us. Yeah, yeah. And he's a Libra, did you say? Or a Virgo? He's a Virgo. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Is he does intend on writing you back, and you know, starting communication up again. Because yeah, I get the sense that he doesn't feel like this is completely over. He's still looking out. That's also part of this Three of Wands energy, is looking out onto the horizon, seeing what's left, you know, if there is anything to salvage, and whether you know, it's worthwhile continuing to move forward. He's definitely not one to engage in any like knee-jerk reaction or knee-jerk like communication. Like if he's going to talk to you, I feel like he's probably like drafted like 3 or 4 different texts to send you, and is trying to like just think of the best way to say what he wants to say and not just say something like just off the cuff, you know. But yeah, no, there's definitely something still there, with him in regards to his emotions and his intentions too, and thoughts. Within the next 2 to 4 weeks, within the next 2 to 4 weeks, what do you see happening, if anything, between us? Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus within the next 3 to 4 weeks? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus in the next 2 to 4 weeks? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus within the next 2 to 4 weeks? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus within the next 2 to 4 weeks? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus within the next 2 to 4 weeks? Masters and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus within the next 2 to 4 weeks? Masters and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus within the next 2 to 4 weeks? Masters and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus within the next 2 to 4 weeks? Masters and spirit guides, what can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus in the next 2 to 4 weeks? Thanks so much, reading spirit guys. What can Vanessa expect to happen between her and Atticus in the next 2 to 4 weeks? Eight of Pentacles, Six of Wands reversed, Page of Cups reversed, the Hermit reversed, and the Moon reversed. Okay. It's not really that easy to predict, Vanessa. I wish there was more. And I feel like this speaks to his nature that we were just talking about, how he doesn't none of his actions are, almost all of his actions are very, very premeditated. And in terms of that which can be predicted, I mean, we've got the Moon reversed. It's really unknown. With this Eight of Pentacles, I can say that sorry, I just had a total brain fart. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, Vanessa. Yes, okay. I will say, the one thing I can see him intending on doing, and I do feel with your energy too, is that both of you are willing to and wanting to put work and effort into this connection. I do see that. But in terms of his indecisive nature, that is creating a murky, like, haze, like a murky energy around, like, surrounding everything, surrounding the future, really. Yeah, he's very strategic. And if you notice here, we also have his card, the Hermit, Virgo, reversed. And, you know, the Hermit is, you know, off in their hidey hole, you know, they can be little spies too. I have one tarot deck where the Hermit is on her laptop, like doing some spy work, you know, planning things out, working things out. When the Hermit's reversed, I do feel that he intends on coming out of his metaphorical hidey hole and coming back into your life in some capacity. But again, also going back to him being, I mentioned that he's kind of stuck right now. He can be impulsive, but it's rare. He's the type to think, plan, and be sure. Yeah, I dated a Virgo who was like that. It was very, like, plan, non-impulsive, not spontaneous, but then occasionally would be, and when they were, you would really notice, you know, because it was so out of his character. But back to what I was saying in the last reading I did for him, and you, with his feelings, we had that Hangman reversed. I mentioned that he's kind of stuck right now, and I'm seeing that here, the Six of Wands reversed and Page of Cups reversed right here in the center. He still does harbor feelings for you. I stand firmly by that. But what I also stand firmly by is he doesn't know. He doesn't, that, and it goes back to that Seven of Cups reverse that we saw with his intentions. He doesn't know what he intends to do from here. He knows he would like to start up communication with you again. He would like that, but he wants to do it right. You know, he doesn't want to do it wrong. I feel like he's probably a perfectionist to a certain degree. Maybe not in every aspect of his life, but in a lot of them, he's really about doing things, like trying to do things the right way, which can be very difficult to do in romance. You know, it's not as cut and dry as other things in our lives, like, you know, Virgo's Knight of Pentacles, the workhorse. You know, they can plan and be very strategic about every other aspect of their life, but when it comes to love, there's not a whole lot of strategy in the game of love, you know. And he can try and figure out that strategy, but really the name of the game is, you know, just being open and honest and taking risks and I think he is kind of afraid of taking a risk too. Um, possibly getting hurt or possibly hurting you. Um, so there's a lot to think about, or there's a lot that he is thinking about. There's a lot for him to think about, and it's just not set in stone. But in terms of reading his energies, the gears are definitely going. He's definitely, you're on his mind, like very strongly right now, and I think this might have come as a little bit of a little bit of a surprise. Yeah, it's not that he thought that you like didn't ever want to talk to him again, but it was it just kind of, he wasn't, but who can anticipate, someone contacting them if you haven't talked to them for a while. But I think he's happy, and I think he's flattered, and but it's just like the gears are turning in terms of what he's gonna do next. So we shall see with this Virgo. They do, yeah, they move slow. That Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So, but the desire is there for sure. Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. You're very welcome. Thank you so much, and wish you all the best there. Let me know how things go. Why are my hands so freaking cold? Do I need mittens on? And if I put mittens on, I wouldn't be able to shuffle them, would I? I think I might need to get me a big jacket. It's got really chilly all of a sudden. All right, so we are all caught up with donations. So that means that the donation queue is currently open. So whoever makes a donation next will be next. You will be next. Felicia, how you doing, love? What's a past life reading? A past life reading? I don't. Well, I guess you haven't watched me do one before. Is when I look. I ask spirit. I ask for spirit guides to illustrate a past life of yours. Um, well, usually I ask with the intent of illustrating a past life of yours that is most relevant to whatever you're going through right now in your life. But we can look into a past life of yours for any intents and purposes, really. Um, yeah, yeah, that's what that is. I've been studying past life regression since I was younger. Actually, one of the first like chapter books I ever read was Past Life Regression by Helen Wambach, um, who was a practitioner in the 80s here in the Bay Area. My parents discovered her actually. She was on Oprah, and my mom saw her on Oprah, and she was incredible. And they mentioned at the end that she practiced in San Francisco, the San Francisco Bay Area. And ironically, it was actually in like the small town that we lived in, not just like San Francisco, but like the town I grew up in. And I remember my mom telling me about how they had done it, both my mom and my dad, and how it just really expanded their minds. They both did it professionally with her, and they were introduced to. I'm not going to illustrate their lives for them because that's private, but it was through guided meditation, and it was what they described, what they saw, the things that they saw that they described were like parts of history and stuff that they'd never even like studied or known about, just things that like, and this is very common with all of her patients, and most past life regression patients, is you recall things that you never learned, you never were aware of in your life. And it just, to me, that, even though Judaism doesn't speak of reincarnation specifically, that is something that I do hold dear, and I do ascribe to a lot of Buddhist and Eastern uh, principles and dogmas. But that's a big one with me, is I really do believe in multiple lives, that we have multiple lives. I've been past life regressed. I tried it a lot when I was younger. My parents bought, she's passed away now, Helen Wambach, but they had some tapes that she sold, where you could do guided meditation from home on your own. And I would try all the time to put myself under hypnosis, for my parents to try and put me under hypnosis using these tapes. And it never worked when I was really younger. And then I tried it again about maybe 7 or 8 years ago with my mom. And she guided me through the meditation, and it finally worked. And the past life I experienced was very tragic, but it also explained a lot about why Sophie is who she is, and why I have why I hold on to certain values, and why I align myself with certain causes, and yeah, it was very, very fascinating. It's all very, very fascinating. And I have figured out a way of doing it utilizing tarot and my ability to communicate with the spirit world. Do you then begin to have those past life experiences now? No, no, you don't begin to have those past life experiences now. It's just a vision. The way I do it is I get the vision, and I tell you what I see. The way that I experienced it was I was taken on a guided meditation, like, okay, You're going back into a past life, and you're going to be in the room where you felt most comfortable at the time of that life where you felt most comfortable. Look around you. What do you see? Describe what you see around you. Okay, now you're going to have dinner with the people who you lived with. What do you see? What are you feeling? What are the emotions around these people? Now go to the place that you were happiest in your life. How old are you? Look down and look and see, like what kind of clothes are you wearing? Like, can you tell if you're older or younger? What is the feeling? And it touches on like, yeah, what are you seeing in this vision? What are you feeling emotionally? And I have not, most of the things I experienced in the first past life, I was regressed. I don't know the correct terminology to use in tenses here, but the first time I was past life regressed, first time I experienced past life regression, I had a vision, basically, through guided meditation. And I have not experienced, well, I mean, in that life, I'll mention it, just, I don't want to illustrate the whole life because it's very personal, but it was a very short life. I went to college. It was a very traumatic life. I was not very happy at all. I didn't feel loved by my family. Like, these were all things that I was able to identify, and thankfully things that I cannot connect with in this life now. A lot of the trials and tribulations I went through in this particular past life, which I believe was my last past life, were things that thankfully I have not had to experience in this life and likely will not because of how I was born. But knowing that I had that perspective, knowing that I had lived through that struggle, explained a lot, because I align myself with people who are dealing with not just one of the struggles I went through in that past life, but almost all of them. And they're things I don't go through. It's just like, I hope that makes, yeah. So it's really, I don't want to say soul affirming. It is very affirming of my larger spiritual beliefs, and it's also very defining in terms of my, and I think for a lot of people, just for our soul's tapestry, just getting and gleaning a better understanding on who we are, holistically, spiritually, going deeper and learning those. So I think I've always thought it was so interesting. Yeah, I started like studying this stuff. Almost, it was part of what compelled me to start learning how to read so early, as early as I did, because my mom would tell me about this stuff. I would, point to certain books on their bookshelf and ask, what's that one about? What's that one about? And when I heard about this stuff, I was just like, holy moly, like, I gotta read about that. That's crazy cool. And I couldn't wrap my head around it really, because I wasn't raised in a religion or anything. But it was just like, well, your dad and I experienced this and we thought it was fascinating, and it's, led us to definitely believe and consider things that we didn't consider in the past, of what might be real and what might not be real, and what it is to be a human and life and death. It's all really fascinating. It blew my mind, totally blew my mind when I was a kid. Of course, I mean, I think it blows most people's minds, but especially living in the Western world that, surrounded mostly by Judeo-Christian folks, it was really a game changer for me. Why don't we remember our past lives? Why is it so distant? Well, we do remember our past lives through things like past life regression. It is embedded in our the deepest recession, like, because our brains are huge, and we don't use most of our brains. And I believe that those untapped portions of our brains contain some of that, basically our soul's DNA. And when we go into states of hypnosis or go into a state where we're able to communicate with spirit, we can tap into that. And I don't know if I'd call it so distant. I mean, if we were aware of every single thing we'd experienced in the past life, yeah, we'd be more aware, but it would also, I almost feel like it would be a little like cheating in life, you know? I think it's important to also re-experience things, but also, you know, there is a reason why we're able to access this information somehow, you know? I wouldn't be able to answer why. Um, I would surmise, you know, to reassure us that there is something beyond us. But what the bleep do I know? You know, I'm just a lady, and this is just something I strongly believe in. Yeah, I should let me find the name. If you're ever interested in a really good read, I think it's simply called Past Life Regression. It would be an out of print book, I would guess. Reliving Past Lives. Yeah, absolutely. I think you'd really be interested in it. I want to write the name of the book. I wish I still had it. I need to get another copy of it because I haven't read it in a few years. There we go. Yeah, that's an incredible read. No, I've never heard of it. Is it a newer movie? When did it come out? And thank you for asking all these questions, Felicia. I sometimes I think a lot of people have these questions, and a lot of people are just too afraid to ask certain questions, or any questions. I think a lot of people are afraid to ask questions is a theory of mine that I've been positing a lot lately. Um, so I thank you for asking these questions because, yeah, I'm sure a lot of other people wonder too. Oh, it's in the theaters right now. Oh, who's in it? Okay, yeah, I gotta find myself a good movie to watch. I haven't been to the theaters, and I go to the theaters when I go to Paris because movies are not that expensive to go see. It's Michael B. Jordan. Okay, okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, movies are so expensive to go. It's so expensive to go to the theaters here. And Haley Steinfeld. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll check that out. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a good movie. And he plays twin brothers. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh. Oh, and it's directed by Ryan Coogler. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh, that looks good. I gotta check out the trailer. Good night, Miss Felicia. All right. So I have been on for 2 hours now, and so you know what that means, everyone. It is that time of night, and I want to do a last call for any and all donations. Last call for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question that needs to be answered tonight, please let me know in the chat. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call for any and all donations tonight. Thank you very, very much. And I don't know if Christy's watching right now. If you are Christy, I just received your donation, and I'm assuming you'd like your reading on Instagram. So I will head over there. If there are no more donations on here tonight, last call, everybody, for any and all donations tonight. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call tonight for any donations. If you have a question that you need answering tonight, let me know. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Last call. Donations tonight. Thank you. If you have a question that you need me to answer, let me know in the chat or just send your donation. Thank you. Hi, Liz. All right. Thank you so much. Let me know, Liz, when you've made your donation. Thank you. Give it another couple minutes. Liz, are you there, love? Did you still... There you are. All right, love. Thank you so much for your donation. Soraya's energy intentions towards you. Okay, Liz, I do a reading. I do their thoughts, their feelings, and their intentions towards you. Do you want me to do that, or do you just want to ask what their thoughts and energies are? I just received it. Thank you so much, Liz. Just got it now. So let's go ahead. Yes, thank you, absolutely. And okay, and you donated 1717. So that's like 12 cards. We could do like a 12 card reading. If you wanted to do a 15, I don't know if you wanted to do a 15 card reading or not. If you want to do a 15 card reading, the difference would be $4.04, or we could just do 12 cards, whatever you like. And let me know if you want to do the Soraya's, I hope I'm pronouncing their name correctly, Soraya, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions, or just their energy and intentions is what you wanted. Also, your sign and Soraya's sign. Oh, I wonder if there's a lag um, with your live stream with your browser. Um, if there is, all you need to do is just close out your browser and then open it up again and pull up this live stream, and then we'll be on the same time. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. But it seemed like there would be a delay, possibly. All right, no problem. And you might want to, yeah, I think there's a delay in your browser. Great, it was. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Liz. Thanks. Okay. And then did you want to do the thoughts, Soraya's thoughts, feelings, and intentions towards you, or just their thoughts and energies? Or I forget what you specifically said. You said energies and intentions. You just want to know their intentions towards you? So you just want to ask what their intentions are? Energy and intentions. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. And what is your sign and what is Soraya's sign? What are Soraya's current energies and intentions towards Liz? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What is Soraya's current energies and intentions towards Liz? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Soraya's current energies and intentions towards Liz? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Soraya's current energies and intentions towards Liz? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Soraya's current energies and intentions towards Liz? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Soraya's current energies and intentions towards Liz? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Angels, messengers, and spirit guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? Thanks, Masters and Spirit Guides. What are Soraya's energies and intentions towards Liz? We are in no contact, and I wonder if they moved on. They even thought about the past and process that, and et cetera, whatever you pick up. She's a Sagittarius, I'm a Leo. Okay. And, okay, so you're in no contact right now, and you wonder if they've moved on. How long have you been in no contact with her? Queen of Swords reversed. Eight of Cups reversed. Nine of Swords reversed. The Sun reversed. Ace of Cups reversed. Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Hanged Man. The Hermit reversed. Eight of Wands. Three of Cups. The Moon reversed. And the Empress reversed. Okay. Heavy energies here. All right. Let's start with this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords reversed, yeah, and Queen of Pentacles reversed. I don't know what happened between the two of you. Almost a year. She always tends to go back and forth, but this time is different. I set some boundaries with her and she didn't like it. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you for telling me that, Liz. Okay, that already helps me so much. Okay. Yeah, Queen of Swords reversed, Queen of Pentacles reversed. She's bitter. She's a little bitter about things. Like I don't know how, and you don't have to tell me how things ended between the two of you or on what note they ended, but she's bitter about some, and it has to do with the boundary that you set. That you set a line in the sand with your sword, girl. And when I see the Queen of Swords reversed, yeah, that's someone that was given a boundary that they didn't want to abide by. Did you say she was the Leo? No, you're the Leo. Okay, so you said that down. All right. Okay, yeah. And she's a bit of a, well, you guys are both fire signs. You're Leo, so I'm going to assume that you I know Leos very well. I love Leos. You guys are my favorite sign. I'm an Aquarius. I love Leos. Men and women, y'all are great. But I know y'all. And I actually just got texted by someone who's a Leo very close to me. And they will be the first to admit, I don't know about you, but most Leos I know will be the first to admit that you guys sometimes have control issues. Yeah. And I think that as a Sagittarius too, I think fire signs in general, but Leos especially. Oh, you get, yeah. And so you're the one, okay, so you're the one who set the boundaries. Gotcha. And Sagittarius really don't like it, seeing those boundaries either, you know, and I don't understand why, because I wanted a relationship and she was super non-committal, wanted to be friends, but quote unquote, but would get upset if I didn't give her attention or let her try to sleep around. Oh, that sounds very Sagittarius. Yeah. She also kind of likes to have things her way, and there was definitely a clash in perspectives there. Do I think that she's moved on? I think she's tried. I think she has tried to move on with this Eight of Cups reversed, but with this Hangman right underneath, she's stuck. She's in a place of suspension. She wants to move on because it's painful, for her to accept these boundaries. It's I don't know painful is the right word, but it's difficult for her to accept these boundaries that you laid out, which are very, very valid boundaries, as you're saying. Like you wanted a relationship, and you just wanted something solid and committed, and I think she realizes the fault in that. She had this opportunity to have something solid with you. So I told her, we can't be friends. I'm still getting over you. Yeah, and you want to be friends. It's not healthy. It's not healthy to be friends with exes. I've seen it happen. I've been in that situation myself, and I've never seen it work. Yeah. But how can I make room for genuine love? If you're there and just in a way, wow, yeah, one of my clients is going through something like this, and she said she's upset about what I said, but agrees and I haven't heard from her ever since. Gotcha. Yeah, and that's what I was feeling, is that she knows that you deserve better. She knows, and I don't know if and as much as I think she did want something to a certain extent, she did want something solid with you. It's like she's like a victim of her own behaviors and her own like needs for attention or whatever it may be. As she said about what I said, but agrees and she does agree. I definitely see that she does agree. And I think that part of her hesitancy to be part of a committed, solid relationship is fears. There's a lot of fears holding her back. But I have a feeling she snoops around your Instagram, and a close friend that's a mutual friend says she's still non-committal. Totally. She is. She's still totally non-committal, girl. Yeah, some people just don't grow up. And I would not be surprised if she is looking at your Instagram. The Hermit reversed, would not be surprised here. In fact, one of my tarot decks, the Hermit is looking at like on their laptop, like snooping. I think one of the biggest reasons why she's so non-committal and still is she's got a lot of fears. A lot of fears. Yeah, abandonment issues for sure. And I'm not making excuses for her, but it's just where she's at. And I think she would not like to be. I think she'd like to be receptive to something committed, but she's got a lot of demons. She's in the dark. We've got both the moon reversed and the sun reversed here. Yeah, she's avoidance type. Bingo. Yeah, she really is. She's depriving herself of a lot of opportunities and gifts and love that she could be welcoming, that not everyone gets in this life, that not everyone has the blessing of having these opportunities for love and in her life. And it's not just love, like she shuts herself down, and yeah, she's not fully seated within her divine feminine energies with this Empress reversed. I do think she wishes you, while she's bitter that you no, I don't think bitter is even the right word, but she is a little bitter. Well, she is a little bitter that you did lay down those boundaries. She does recognize that they're so valid with this Eight of Wands. Like, I don't sense that she disrespects you. I tried with her and I just couldn't anymore. But I was gonna say, I don't feel like she disrespects you. But if you guys were to get back together, I feel like that's how she disrespects, by not respecting boundaries. I tried with her and I just couldn't anymore, and always made me feel like it was all my fault and would stonewall me. That's not healthy. No, it's not. It's really not. I'm sure she's got a lot of deflective methods, and she's the avoidant type. Absolutely. No self-love. Ace of Cups reverse. And in that, it's like RuPaul says, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you supposed to love anybody else? She doesn't love herself. So she can't have proper love with anyone until she finally embraces herself. Ace of Cups reversed, the Empress reversed. The Empress is also the mother card. Well, she's not mothering herself very well. Like, ideally, we should treat ourselves as we would treat our own children. Even if we don't have kids, like, we should tend to our inner child and nurture our inner child. And she definitely doesn't. She's not healing. She's just not. She's got a lot of healing to do. Again, I think she's tried to move on with this Three of Cups, but like your friend said, she can't. She's still non-committal. She's tried. Eight of Cups reverse, Three of Cups. She's tried, but other people want what you want too. like, I don't know how old you are or how old she is, but I'm gonna guess that you're at an age, maybe, probably young, maybe a little younger than me. I'm a little old, but at an age where, you know, people are resting their laurels. Those of us who did have our crazy years are out of them. And I just feel like she's very, she's regressed because she hasn't, there's so much she needed to heal from her past. And so she is behaving very immaturely. And it's holding her back in big ways. And as much as I feel badly for her, I also feel badly for you, and I feel badly for anybody who tries to date her, because it's like, it's got to be the most frustrating thing to try to get through to somebody like that. And I know, because I've been there, people that put up all those walls because they haven't healed. It's very difficult. And, you know, back to the whole self-love thing, you know, only we can heal ourselves. Nobody else can do it for us. And if she's, you know, we can definitely, you know, get help from other people and support, and can use other people's support 100%. Support is wonderful and healing, but only we can make those strides and heal those wounds. And she's just not, oops, let me do this. Oh yeah. Well, I'm so sorry about that, Liz. But you deserve, you deserve better behavior than that. And you know, she should be behaving better, especially towards someone that she cares about. And it has nothing to do with you or anything you or who you are or anything you did. I mean, yeah, you set boundaries, but you know, she's gonna run into those again if she hasn't already in the past, and she's depriving herself big time. But you're gonna find the right one out there for you, Liz. I know it sounds corny to say. I hope it doesn't, but I'm in limbo myself. I'm like in relationship limbo right now, and you know, I had to set boundaries too, and it's, you know, we'll find our person, and in the meantime, it's important to. Marilyn Monroe said that it's better to be unhappy, and I'm not saying you're unhappy, but she used to say it's better to be unhappy and on your own than be unhappy and with somebody else. And that's, I'm not unhappy per se, but like I would rather be dissatisfied on my own than with another person. You know, same lesson she's repeating with someone else. Damn, so sad. I don't know if she's. I don't think she's really dating it with that Three of Cups. If she's dating someone, I would think she's actually maybe dating like more than one person. It's so not serious, nothing serious. I don't know if she's even like. I don't even know if it's past like first or second date type things. Like I think she might start things with people and then nothing gets off the ground. Like she can't make it, like it's almost impossible for her to make any kind of connection with people right now, because she's still very damaged. Yeah, boundaries are so important. They really are, and they're crucial for healthy relationships. If we don't set boundaries, because everyone needs to set boundaries, like, you know, and she, as she should too. She doesn't set. It sounds like she doesn't set boundaries with herself. So she's got a lot to learn, and you're definitely on the right page, and you can see what's up, and you are not disillusioned in it by any means. She is very disillusioned, for sure. Thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate you, love. I really do, and I hope I brought you clarity there. To a difficult situation. You're really smart for not accepting a friendship with her too. I have a client who's going through that right now. She's dating, or she's living with her ex, and it's just impossible to move on fully, you know, and she knows it, and it's hard. It's all really hard, but kudos, because it's just difficult to navigate. You know, because there's no one ever wrote like a handbook on this stuff. It's difficult. All right, so I'm gonna do another last call for, and thank you again, Liz. Thank you. Another last call for all donations tonight. Last call. If you have a question that you need answered, let me know in the chat and we can move forward with your reading. Yeah. Otherwise, I will call it a wonderful, wonderful night. But I'm still full of steam, so I'm happy to answer any of y'all's questions tonight. Now, something I'm curious about, what I've got to look up, is when is the next full moon? Monday, May 12th. So it will be on Monday is the next full moon, and it is known as flower moon. So I just looked behind me and I noticed my crystal tray. I always put my crystals out every full moon to charge them up. And I did not do it the last 2 months. I was out, and I forget how I missed last month, but the month before that I was out of town. Last call, everybody and anybody out there who may be watching, who has a question that they need to have answered. Last call. Thank you all very, very much. Hey, Austin! How are you, my friend? And if you have a question, just to let you know. Good. And you got your card cam came in the mail? Last call, everybody, for any and all donations tonight. If you have a question, let me know quickly in the chat. All right, it looks like everyone, it did. Oh, awesome, Austin, good to hear. All right, well, it looks like everyone is sated with their questions tonight. I'm going to call it a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank y'all so much. I will be on again tomorrow. I don't see why I wouldn't be. Yeah, so I'll see you all again tomorrow night.